Hello there everyone, I'm Daniel, and I'm back for another koi update, and it is also his 1 week birthday, which means I think it's about time that we start to pick a name for this guy. I think he's just about good to go. He's still got a rip in his tail, but it is grown back significantly, and he has been eating really well. He's not been chased yet today at all, actually. Maybe once or twice this morning when he was trying to get over here looking for food. But other than that, everyone's still doing well. And I'm sick with the flu. And this is about the least bad flu I've ever had. This is the first time I can say I've eaten a everything bagel with the flu. But I got him last Sunday. It is yet again Sunday. So this is his birthday. And for his birthday present, I decided to put the old air pump back in. But I took off the attachment, attached a new hose to it so it would be longer and the oxygen would be more oxygen. And then I put it in there so every so often, as you can see, air bubbles are collecting up there. Every so often they'll leak out of all sides, and there are 3 sides that it can leak out of. It's mostly been leaking out of that one and then the back one there. But that looks really, really good in there. I also cleaned off that thing like I said I was going to. I was trying to film a video today of me doing the cleaning and setting up that, but of course my friend had to keep calling me, and there's no way it's for anything important. But now that it has been a week, I think I'm going to wait another week before I do get another koi, or if I even consider getting another koi, because I have a feeling he might want a friend. I mean, he's doing well for right now, but who knows, maybe I'll put in a golden shiner once spring comes around, because that'll add the gold to the tank. You know, they're a very pretty fish. I've had one before. He was about, I'd say he was about 8-9 inches long, and he looked awesome. He had the greenish gold color to him, but when you put him in here, he looked like just beautiful. He looked amazing in here. Now I've actually noticed some color changes on him, though. He's getting a lot more of the blue-gray on him, that bluish-grayish color. He's getting a lot more of that. He's getting more black spots, and I've only had him for a week. I'd say he's about a month old. He's getting more black on that left side fin there. For us, it would be the right side fin. But I cleaned out the filter pads and everything. I only have one of the things up. I had soup for dinner, and as you can see, they're all very hungry. I didn't take out anything. I took out a lot of the floating plantations in the aquarium, like plants that were floating under there, over there. I took all those out. Oh, excuse me. That almost sounded like a fake cough. But it wasn't, I promise. You are just beautiful. So are you. You're also awesome. Both of these guys really add some true amazingness to the aquarium, because when you're walking by, you'll see this guy fluttering around the front of the aquarium, and you'll see the oxygen bubbles. Then you'll see him down at the bottom sifting through the gravel looking for food, and then all these other guys crowding below King. And it's just a really cool sight to walk by and look at, especially when they're being fed, because they're all just zooming around the aquarium. But a lot of what you guys don't see of these guys, I usually film them when they're hungry, so they're all out and all active, but usually they're all sitting right here and not moving. All of these smaller guys, like him, and him, and then of course the green, well, all of them except for this green sunfish are sitting in this area. This guy is either sitting right here, or right in front of it. That koi is usually back there. trying to find food, you know, hungry obviously, and then comes up here and then he makes his route over here. Then that green sunfish comes out of wherever the heck he's hiding. I don't even know where he's hiding. Chases him away, which is how he got that ripped tail fin. This happens every time. See, he goes just like that. He comes right over here, starts eating over here, and then the green sunfish comes out and chases him back. But yeah, he hides over there for the majority of the time. You usually won't see him when he's not hungry. But when he is hungry, he'll be out here and he'll be that really light coloration with the stripes. Same thing with mostly all the fish. I'm going to keep this guy because of just how dark his coloration is. When I used to have him in the 15-gallon when I had Bluey, you guys will remember Bluey from my first aquarium video called Turtle Trouble. Not very well filmed. I'm trying to get a lot. This guy looks almost black on here, and I was debating on getting rid of him, but I realized he's not just a normal central long-eared sunfish. At first I thought he was a dollar sunfish, but looks like he's got some red going on his opercular flap, which is the thing that's usually known as an ear. But he looks like he has some red going on that, so there's no way I can get rid of him till he gets bigger and I can actually see what he's going to look like when he gets older. But I know how this little guy is going to look when he gets older. When he gets older, he's going to look like this guy, because he's a central long-eared. Excuse me. Hurting. Snapper's been swimming around a lot more ever since I added things to it. I don't know if it's because of the air system again or what, but all these guys have been more in the water. I just don't know what it's because. Maybe it's because I moved them up closer to the top of the water. I don't know. But that's what I did. I moved them closer to the top of the water. That money, I don't really think I'm gonna buy fish. You guys, I don't really need any more fish. I have a koi, possibly another koi, but really I can't fit anything else in here except for what I was planning on getting this spring and summer. You know, so still we don't even know if he's still gonna survive, but I feel like he has a much better chance than he usually would. Very, very active. Let's get him some food now. See how they take to that. Now you can really see his iridescence right there. Look at that. Get a look at that koi. There he is. You can see they're all eating really well. It's a good sign. Especially that koi. Every single one of my fish is really healthy. I've definitely learned from my past times of all natural fish keeping. And mixing my fish up with goldfish. I've definitely come a long ways with that. Because with Bluey in that 10-gallon, I put a dozen feeder goldfish in there. And I decided to try and breed a couple of them. I like this one. He had a lot of black on him mixed with orange, and that's where really my actually love for goldfish and koi came in. Was through the comet goldfish, and I wanted to try and breed them in actually that exact container there, but it didn't quite work. I just ended up putting them back in the aquarium so they could get eaten, and well, come to think of it, they did. Yeah, they just kept getting eaten. I'd lose one or two of them by the end of the day. I've also had rosy red minnows, another feeder fish, which can look good in here. I think once they're adults, they're actually flathead minnows. I don't know for sure, but I think they are. Once they grow up, you know. But that started my love of goldfish and koi was just having a couple feeder goldfish. I just liked the way that they acted, the way that they swam, the way that their fins looked when they did swim. I tended to like the more shorter fin ones anyways. My favorites were, of course, a brown one, a yellow one. I mean, not a yellow one, an orange and black one, and then I also liked this one pearl white one with like a yellow iridescent on the scales, yellow tips on the scales as well. That looked really, really pretty. And of course, a white and black one, which is what inspired me to pick this guy out of all the other koi I could have bought. Pretty expensive for a little fish, I'll tell you that. But man, was it worth it. So far, it was worth it. And I feel good because my parents said that it was never going to work. I was never going to be able to keep a koi in this aquarium, but something told me that it was going to work. And so far it has. There's nothing wrong with him. The only problem is, in about another month, I think he'll be a lot bigger than this. I heard that they grow fast, and they don't just grow to the size of their aquarium. Their gill plates and their fins. No, not their fins. I think it was their gill plates and their scales. If you have a mirror koi, they keep growing. Basically, I'm hoping that that's a rumor and that it's not true, and that he just grows to the size of the aquarium. And oh yeah, do you guys remember the lime that used to cover right here all the way up to here, which made my tank look disgusting? My parents wanted to use lime away and stuff, but I just decided, I'm gonna roll with it. That's what made me just roll with this guy. And if anything was to happen to him in the few first days of me having him, it wouldn't be a, oh gosh darn it, no. It would have been a, whatever, I tried. And the lime, there's just a little line of a lime right here. We used to not be able to look under that. You guys remember? Oh, hello, Mr. Koi. Not shy no more, are you? But we used to not be able to look under that all the way to there, and that all the way to there. So, so far in the first, what is this, like the third week I've had this? It's almost been a month since this thing's been set up. Wow. Very, very weird. Sad that nobody watches these updates. I really like making them. Here was what would have been my main problem, is when these turtles decided that it was time to start moving around. Once they figured out that spring was coming, they're going to start doing this a lot more, and that's going to the bottom of the aquarium. Now that they're figuring out their lungs more, now that they're not in a 15-gallon, they're all headed to the bottom, and that was always my biggest problem with keeping goldfish, and the reason I couldn't. Every time I have an aquarium, I always have a turtle now. It wasn't either or. And actually, when I had my first painted turtle, guess what type of fish I put in there with him? A goldfish. I had 2 of them. They were fantail goldfish, and they looked, I liked them. They were cute. They're really cute. But they haven't been really coming out as much, and that might be the deciding factor of his life, because the main thing that used to tear up my sucker's fins and my creek chub's fins and my other comet goldfish and common goldfish's fins was, of course, the darn turtles. I used to have a snapping turtle, and my painted turtle did it to sucker fishes. Why wouldn't they do it to a koi? Well, koi are different than suckers and creek chubs. They're actually, I'd say, he might be the smartest fish in here. Even though I think that King is, maybe. He might be smarter than all of them. Koi and goldfish are really smart, and they've actually been trained to, like, play soccer inside of an aquarium for food, and yeah, that's really cool. You just train the fish that's usually known to be put in fish bowls to play soccer. Yeah, there's no, that's just too cool. I don't know if I've mentioned it as well. These 2 are like the best of friends, so if I was to get rid of them, I think they'd want to stay together, but he's going to move fast. And no matter what, these 2 are always on the same level with each other. They're always on the same turtle dock. If one of them's on that one, that's where the other one goes. If the other one's on this one, that's where the other one goes. It don't matter. They are best friends. Hope y'all enjoyed this. See y'all later.